our course. Today is the 12th lesson, and I hope that everyone had a wonderful Ramzan and enjoyable Eid. I also hope that all of you would have went over some of the materials which are available on our website, info@nqc.org.uk, or you might have watched the recorded videos of the lessons on YouTube. So, but all of you might not have been able to do that. So today is going to be a revision lesson, and we will recap all of the rules which we covered in the first part of the course, inshallah.
Assalamu alaikum. Just a reminder for everybody, they should be logged in with their correct IDs, okay? They will be given in your email. I can see some people with incorrect IDs, okay? So just make sure that you go and log in, rename yourself.
Okay. So we will start with short vowels. The very first lesson of our course was about short vowels, and the rule for short vowels is that they should not be prolonged for more than 1 second, count, or beat. And the teacher also stated that we should not replace one stroke with another. So sometimes, if we are reading very quickly, we tend to switch the strokes. So instead of fu'ila, one might say fu'ili or fu'ala. So we should be careful of that. And again, fatha, kasra, and dhamma, these strokes, they should not be prolonged for more than 1 second, count, or beat. So kutiba. Okay. So we also covered long vowels. And the rule for long vowels is that do not prolong a letter which carries a vertical fatha, inverted dhamma, or vertical kasra more than 2 counts, seconds, or beats. So they are also known as fatha ishbaiya, dhamma ishbaiya, and kasra ishbaiya. And again, they should not be prolonged for more than 2 seconds. So, Ibrahim. Okay. So before Ramzan, we also covered letters of elongation. So there are 3 letters of elongation: alif, waw, and ya. And the rule is that if alif sakin is preceded by a maftuh, if waw sakin is preceded by a madmoom, and ya sakin is preceded by a maksur letter, then it should be prolonged for 2 seconds. So, utina. And I would like to request all the students to repeat after me as well, just for practice. I think I would like to ask right now if any of the students remember what a maftuh, madmoom, and maksur letter is. So you can raise your hands if you would like to answer.
L201.
L201. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. So, yes, can you answer what is a maftuh?
So a letter that has the fatha stroke on it, it's called a maftu. The one
Yes,
with the
that's right.
kasra is called a maksur, and one with the dhamma on it is called a madmoom.
Yes, that's right. Jazakillah, L201. Before you leave, if you can quickly recite this first word.
Yes. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Yuhi.
Okay. This U was a little short. Can you try again?
Yuhi.
Okay. Yuhi. And remember, ha has a prominent sound. It comes from the middle of the throat. So we should also be mindful of that. Okay, Jazakillah, L201. So the next rule is letters of soft elongation. And in this category, we have two letters, waw and ya. And the rule is, if waw sakin or ya sakin is preceded by a maftuh letter, then it should be softly prolonged for 2 seconds. So, yawmaini, just like that. Okay, so we also covered the rule of stressing and nasalization. So first of all, if a letter carries a sign of shadda, it is a mushaddad letter, and it means to harden, to stress on the letter. And so therefore, a mushaddad should be stressed appropriately to indicate the doubling of consonants. So, bassa. Okay. The second one, nasalization or gunna, it means that we have to make a sustained nasal sound. So the nasal sound should be sustained for 2 seconds on mim mushaddad and noon mushaddad. So it would be mim, in. Okay. Okay, so the next rule is huruf al-qalqalah, and there are 5 letters, 5 huruf in this category, and they are qaf, ta, ba, jim, and dal. And you can easily remember these 5 letters if you remember these 2 words, qutbu, jaddin. So if you remember these 2 words, then you can easily recall these 5 letters as well. And we also covered that there are 3 types of qalqalah. A soft qalqalah, which will be performed if a letter of qalqalah appears with sukoon mark within words. So in this case, we have the letter jim. It appears within this word, and we are going to perform a soft qalqalah on this qalqalah letter. So it would be tajri. So very soft. Tajri. Okay, the second one is moderate qalqalah, and this is performed if a letter of qalqalah, in this case it's dal sakin, if letter of qalqalah appears at the end of a word. So lam yalid. Okay, so it's moderate. It's not as soft as the first one, but it's not very strong either. So the last one is strong qalqalah, and it is performed if a letter of qalqalah carries a shadda sign, and we have to pause on this letter. So tab. Okay. Okay, so the next rule is Thich Letters, huruf al-tafkhim. So we covered that there are 7 letters in this category. We have ha, sad, dad, hain, ta, qaf, and za. So huruf al-tafkhim should be pronounced with a broad and thick sound. So this is we can also remember these 7 letters if we remember these 3 words. So this is qussa, daqtin, qiz. So if you remember these 3 words, it's easy to recall the 7 huruf al-tafkhim. Okay. So then near the end of the course before Ramadan, we covered extended elongation. So first of all, there are 2 broad categories of extended elongation, and They are a medium long stretch, which you can see here, and an extra long stretch. So these are the two broad categories. And then within these categories, we went into some detail. So first of all, we have detached elongation, which is known as al-maddul munfasil. And this is detached because it applies to two words. So at the end of first word, we have a harful mad. In this case, it's alif, or their equivalent long vowel. So we know that equivalent of alif, we have vertical fatha. And if the start of the second letter is hamza alif, so an alif with a stroke. It could be fatha, kasra, or dhamma, but in this case, it's dhamma. So in al-maddul munfasil, we elongate for 4 seconds. So bima unzila. Okay. So the next one is attached elongation, also known as al-maddul muttasil, and this is called attached because it applies to one word. So we have a harful mad followed by a hamza, but it's within the same word, both the harful mad and the hamza. And in this case, we elongate for 4 to 5 seconds. So jaa. Okay. And the last one is compulsory elongation, also known as al-maddul lazim. So this one is prolonged for 5 to 6 seconds on disjointed letters, also known as huruful muqatta'at. So you can see in this example, we have, I will highlight. These are huruful muqatta'at, which, as I'm sure all of you know, appear at the start of certain chapters in Holy Quran. So we have to prolong each one of these disjointed letters for 5 to 6 seconds. Or if a harful mad is followed by a sakin or a mushaddad letter. So we can see in this other example, we have alif as harful mad, and it's followed by mushaddad qaf. So in this case, we are also going to prolong it for 5 to 6 seconds. So tushaquna. Okay. So we also did rules concerning noon sakin and noon tanween. So first of all, we did idgham, which means to assimilate. If noon sakin or tanween is followed by one of the above 6 letters, so ya, noon, meen, waw, ra, or lam, the sound of noon should be merged. So we also have two types of idgham. First of all, we have idgham in naqis, which is applied to these 4 letters. And for idgham in naqis, we have to do a 2-second ghunna, nasal sound. And then we have idgham kamil, which means complete assimilation, and it is applied on these 2 letters, ra and lam. And in this case, there is no nasal sound. Okay, so no ghunna sound. Okay, so in the same lesson, when we were doing the idgham rule, we also did idgham of lam sakin, and there are 2 types. So first of all, if lam sakin appears without sukoon, without the sign of sukoon, it should be completely merged when followed by a mushaddad sun letter, hurufush shamsiya. So we can see in this case, we have lam. It doesn't have any sukoon mark, and it is followed by a letter, which is one of the 14 hurufush shamsiya. The second category is if lam sakin appears with a sukoon, it should be manifested when followed by a moon letter, also known as harful qamariya. And we also learned this phrase. So if you remember this phrase, you can remember the 14 moon letters, and then you can recall them when it comes to reciting. So another way of identification of another way of identifying whether the sound of lam is going to be completely merged or manifested is to look at the first mutaharrik letter. If it carries a shadda sign, then we are going to completely merge it. So ashamsu, the sound of lam, is completely concealed. We can't hear it. And then for the manifestation, the identification is easy because it will have a sukoon sign. Al-qamaru. So the sound of lam can be heard. Okay. Then we did izhar of noon sakin or tanween. So for this rule, if noon sakin or tanween is followed by one of the 6 letters, which you can see here, the sound of noon should be pronounced clearly without any elongation or nasal sound. So we manifest the sound of noon. So here, yan aun. Okay, so the sound of noon is completely clear. Man amana azabun alim. Okay, so the 6 letters are alif, hamza, ha, ain, ha, ghain, and kha. Okay, so then we did iqlab of noon sakin or tanween. So if noon sakin or tanween is followed by the letter ba, then the sound of noon sakin will change into meen sakin. And this sound should be softly prolonged with a light nasal sound for 2 seconds. So, bihum. Mim ba'di. Okay. So lastly, we did ikhfa of noon sakin or tanween. So for this rule, if noon sakin or tanween is followed by any other mutaharrik letter without a tashdeed sign, excluding the 6 letters of izhar and 1 letter of iqlab, it should be pronounced with a light nasal sound for 2 seconds. So in this case, we are going to conceal the sound of noon with a slight nasal sound. So, ينصرون. Okay. So I hope that everyone was able to follow. Now we are going to practice using some of the exercises from Talimul-Quran. And for this part of the course, we have decided to change the format a little bit. So we are going to have 2 students at a time. First, one student is going to recite a line or certain words, and the other student has to listen carefully and like a teacher, and she has to note down whether the other student is applying the rules correctly. And then I will ask the teacher if the other student recited correctly. So by teacher, I mean the student. Okay. This might be a little confusing. So we are going to have 2 students. I would like to request all the students to please participate and raise your hands. And then hopefully it will become more clear as we continue over the lessons. Okay, so can I request the ST to please choose 2 students?
L239,
L239,
L250.
L250. Okay. L239.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. Let's make sure L250 is here as well. L250.
No, I can't unmute. Can I choose another one? Yes, now she is.
Okay. L250.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. So this is what we are going to do. First, L239, you are going to recite.
Okay.
And L250, please listen carefully and note down if L239 makes any mistake, or if she does, if she applies some rules really well, you need to tell her afterwards. Is that clear?
Yep.
Okay. So L239, you can start from An-Nuru, this word.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. النور الحق تنزيل الميزان الذكرى الحكيم.
Okay. L239, Jazakillah. L250,
Yep. Yeah, she recited very well. Yeah.
Okay.
Just can I mention just one thing in
yes.
An-Nuru? Root should be a little bit more thicker because
Okay.
it's bearing Dhamma. She tried well, but I just realized that it's a bit
Okay.
like An-Nuru. The rod should be more thicker because it's carrying Dhamma. So yeah.
Yes, that's right.
So, and al-haqu and little bit with the qaf. Qaf is the thick letter, thick
Yes.
sounding letter. So it
Huruf
should be,
al-tafkhim.
yeah, tafkhim letter, huruf al-tafkhim. So it should be a little bit more. Otherwise, I think she tried very well, recited very well.
Okay, Jazakillah L250. So yes, that's right. Ra, if it carries a dhamma or a fatha stroke, it should be thick. And also qaf, it's a huruf al-tafkhim, so it should be thick as well.
Yeah.
In addition to that, I would like, I'm going to point out a few other things. So first of all, in Bismillah Rahmanir Rahim, we have ha, the big ha, and the sound I mentioned in the beginning of the lesson as well. It's prominent. It comes from the middle of the throat. So instead of al-ha, al-haqqu. Okay, can you try L239?
الحق
Okay. And also in this last example as well,
الحكيم
al-hakimu.
الحكيم.
Okay. So inshallah, you should practice and it will get better. Then in the very first example again, an-nuru. So you have to prolong this for how long? Noon. Yes. We have
Second, yeah.
we have dhamma followed by vav. So 2 seconds, right?
Yeah.
And which rule we are applying here? Letters of elongation, right? Alif, vav, and ya.
Yeah. Is a huruf al-lin.
No, not huruf-al-lin. We have vav preceded by dhamma, right?
Yeah.
So it's haruful mad,
Huruf
letter
al-lin.
elongation. Okay.
Yes.
I think yes, you did ikhfa here. We have to conceal the sound of noon. You did that really well. So I would like to point that out as well. Okay, I have a question for both L239 and L250. In this last word, al-hakimu, can you tell me if the sound, which one, the sound of lam is manifested, right? So can you tell me whether ha is a huruful qamriya or huruful shamsiya?
Kamri.
Qamari.
Yep.
Why is that? Why do you think it's?
Because it's alif is, if after alif is lamid skoon al, it
Yes.
shows that is kamriya. Yeah.
Yes, we can identify
Yeah.
if the lam has a sign of sukoon. Remember the phrase ibghi hajjaka wa khaf aqima, right? So it
Yep.
has ha. So this is part
Kamri.
of, yeah. And what about this one? An-nur.
This is the Shamsi one.
And how did you identify that?
Because after it's a tasdeed letter and la. Yeah,
Yes.
tasdeed, yeah, due to the tasdeed letter, so I recognize it's a Shamsi.
Yes. And lam doesn't have any sign of sukoon
Yes.
either.
Yep.
Okay. Well done, L250. So now, okay, now L250, you are going to recite the second line, and L239, you are going to listen carefully and look for anything she does well or any improvement she need to make. Okay.
Yep. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رحمة تذكرة روحا المثاني العظيم بشرى.
Okay. Jazakillah, L250. L239, it's your turn.
I just for one mistake is a like ha from middle of the
Okay.
word. Yeah.
Yes, that's right. So, L250, can you try this word again? L250, can you recite this word again? And be careful of what L239 pointed out. Okay, the sound of ha. L250.
She's muted now.
Oh,
I am unable to unmute her.
okay. Okay, that's fine.
Can I choose any other?
We don't have time right now. I have to pass to the TA, but inshallah,
Okay.
over the course of the next few lessons, we'll try to take more students, but I hope that it's clear to all the students now what we will be doing in the following lessons. Okay, so can I request the TA?
Jazakallah.
Yeah, Jazakillah, L239.
Yes, I'll just share my screen.
Yes.
Okay, can you see my screen?
It's black. Okay, yeah, now we can see.
Okay, Jazakallah. So, Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. As we all know that during Ramadan, we generally increase our recitation of the Holy Quran, and we should actually continue to maintain that throughout the year as well. But I hope that during Ramadan, we've read the Holy Quran by keeping all the rules in mind that we have learned earlier. What this means is that we have a constant revision of what you've learned. So I hope that you all kept the rules in mind. With this, I would like ST to choose a student for me, please.
L234.
Okay. L234, Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
Okay. Can you hear me properly, or am I
Yeah.
not?
No, that's fine. Perfect.
Okay, great. Excellent. So I would like you to start from Vowels. That's why I have this on here. If you just read it properly, okay? And then Tasmiyah, and then I'll just move on to the Nisab. Okay?
Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
And please recite the first three, so including Bismillah, so first three verses.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله الذي أنزل على عبده الكتاب ولم يجعل له عوجا قيما لينذر بأسا شديدا من لدنه ويبشر المؤمنين الذين يعملون الصالحات أن لهم أجرا حسنا.
Jazakumullah, well done. Dawood was perfect, well done. You have to prolong the a'u because this is what type of
حروف مد.
well done, haruful mad. So how long do you have to prolong this for?
Not more or less than 2 seconds.
Well done, excellent. So well done for doing that. And here in Allah, is this Alam Jalala or is it not?
I don't know. It's a lam with an ishbaya.
So do you know what Lam Jalala is?
No.
So it's when you thicken the lam. So it's Allah instead of Allah.
Okay, this is Bismillah because it's not thick.
Well done. It's not thick because the letter before that carries a kasra. If this was to have fatha or dhamma, it would be lam jalala.
Yeah.
And this rule only applies to the name of Allah. Okay.
Okay.
No other word. No. Some people mistake this with alladhina, so they thicken the lam sound, they round the lam sound. This is not correct. It's only for Allah. So well done for doing that. Excellent. Okay. What is on top of ya?
السكون and مد الصغير.
Mad Sakir. Do you know the other name for this mud that we've discussed?
Yeah. It's is it مد منفصل?
Excellent. Well done. Madul munfasil. Well done. And do you know the rule for that?
It's detached.
No, as in how long you have to prolong this for?
Oh, okay, it's 4 seconds.
No, the minimum should be less than that.
Oh, is it 3 seconds? 2 seconds?
3 seconds. Well done. 3 to 5 seconds. Okay. The minimum is 3. The maximum is 5.
Okay.
So when you're reciting it, obviously you're reciting with tune. Due to which, when you recited the meme, so if you look at Bismillah, okay, the meme has vertical fatha on top, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
You prolong this for 2 seconds, but when you came to ya in recitation with tune, you didn't prolong it for as long as it should have been. You prolonged it for equal time. You gave equal time to meme with vertical fatha and this ya with munfasil. Just please make sure you prolong it for minimum 3 seconds. Would you try again?
الحمد لله الذي أنزل.
Jazakallah. Perfect. So if you notice here, just to revise the rule of al-mad al-munfasil, you can see that if the letter if the word ends with harf al-mad, which is ya is one of harf al-mad, okay? If this ends with harf al-mad and the next one is alif hamza. Alif hamza only means that alif is carrying any type of stroke. It can fatha, kasra, dhamma. Then it should be prolonged for 3 seconds. So this is the rule explained. And it usually involves 2 words. As you can see, alladhi is 1 word, and then it's involving the other word, the hamza, the alif hamza of the other word. So it's 2 words involved in al-mad al-munfasil. So in mad, what's the other mad called? The mad al-kabir. So what is it called in the ones that we've learned?
Muttasil.
Well done. And how many words does it involve?
1 word.
1 word. Excellent. Well done. Okay. Would you like to start from walam again? I just wanted to hear this again, please.
وَلَمْ يَجْعَلْ لَهُ عِوَجًا.
Okay. So the mistake here was that lam has mushaddad. That was correct. Well done for emphasizing it. But it has fatha stroke on top. And the rule for fatha stroke is that you have to prolong it only for 1 second.
1 second. Yeah.
So you prolonged it for more than 1 second. So
Oops,
try.
okay. وَلَمْ يَجْعَلْ لَهُ عِوَجًا.
Excellent. Very well done. Also, in this first verse, can you see any sign, any rule that we've learned previously?
Pardon, sorry, what? I didn't understand.
Did you learn any other rule in this verse that we've not discussed?
Any other rule?
Yes, I'll just make it easy for you.
Yeah, it's yaj. It's a qalqalah in yaj.
Well done, Qalqalah and Yaj. And yeah, anzala. What's the rule?
Anzala, yeah. We have to do a soft gunna.
And do you know the name of the rule?
Nun sakin. Yes, it's izhar. Is it izhar?
No, izhar is when you manifest. The way you read it was anzala. Okay, that was correct. Izhar would be anzala. So izhar, this is not correct. It's not izhar.
Oh yeah. Is it idgham in nakis?
No,
Oh,
that's
no,
not correct.
sorry.
It's, no worries. It's ikhfa.
Oh, okay.
Ikhfa means to conceal.
Yes,
And in
of
this
course.
case, concealing the noon sakin sound.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry.
No worries. And shadidam. Okay, the meme has shadda on top, so we have to do a nasal sound.
Or should I recite?
Yes, please, yeah.
Shadidam mil.
Well done. So the meme sound is you have to keep the meme sound for 2 seconds.
Yeah.
In this case, milladunhu. So there is idgham, but what type of idgham is it?
Is it idgham kamil?
Well done, idgham kamil. And what does that mean? What does idgham mean?
It means fully assimilation.
Well done, complete assimilation. So yeah. Idgham just means assimilation, and then kamil means complete.
Yeah.
Well done. I'll try again from wa.
ويبشر المؤمنين الذين.
Well done, excellent. That's correct. There was one point where I think it was this point. Well, you were sure you were out of breath. So when you did a pause, did a waqf here, al-mu'minun, you said وَيُبَشِّرَ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ. So when you're doing a waqf, this fatha turns into sukoon. So instead of al-mu'minina, it's al-mu'minin.
Okay.
Keep that in mind, otherwise it was well done. So what comes? So this is alif, blank alif. And if you were not to start from the beginning, from وَيُبَشِّرَ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ, what stroke would you give on top of alif?
Fatha.
Excellent, well done, fatha. So always remember that whenever we have lam with shadda, if we have alif next before that, it will always have fatha on top. Well done for that. And yeah, at the end we have hasana. So do you think we have to say hasana or hasana? Do we have to prolong it at the end?
Yeah, we have to prolong it.
Well done. Jazakumullah, that was very well done. And what's your name? Sorry, is it
3-4.
Okay, Jazakumullah. Very well done. Can we have another student now, please?
Yes, sure. L208.
L208. Assalamu alaikum. L208. L208. Can you hear me?
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam. Okay. So would you please like to start from verse number 4? till verse number 6, please.
Yes, sure. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ماكثين فيه أبدا وينذر الذين قالوا اتخذ الله ولدا ما لهم به من علم ولا لآبائهم كبرت كلمة تخرج من أفواههم إن يقولون إلا كذبا.
Jazakumullah. Very well read, actually. Jazakumullah, that was L208. Okay. L208, well done. Your vowels was perfect as well. Well done for thickening the thaw. Is one of, what type of letter is this?
Is to
Yep. So what do we call it?
is حروف القلقلة.
Not in this case.
No, it's حروف التخفيف.
Well done. Yep, excellent. Huruf al-Tafkhim. So which means it's a thick letter. So well done for pronouncing it thick as well. Jazakumullah, well done. Also, I didn't find any mistake, mashallah. But I would just like to ask for different various rules that we've learned previously. So in verse number 4, can you tell me any rules that we've learned that you can see?
Yes. It's حروف المد ألف.
Well
And
done.
ya is also حروف المد.
Well done.
And ya after fi is also حروف المد.
So what's the rule for huruf al-mad?
Yes. And da alif is also حروف المد.
Well done. So do you know the rule for huruf al-mad? How long do you have to prolong this for?
For 2 seconds.
Well done, for 2 seconds. Excellent. So let's move on to verse number 5.
Yes.
Where do we see ikhfa?
Ikhfa on yun.
Well done. Excellent. Well done. So how would you pronounce it? Start from one.
وَيُنذِرَ الَّذِينَ.
And what have you done in ikhfa rule? What is ikhfa rule?
Yeah, we hide noon sound.
Excellent. Well done. We hide the noon second sound here. Well done. Anything else that you can see?
Is حروف القلقلة here.
Where is this?
Is all
Not in this case. The rule would not apply in this case. If we have sakin on top, then it's qalqalah. Okay.
Yeah.
In this case, it's not qalqalah. No. Anything else?
Okay.
Can you tell me which letter is haruf al-tafkhim here?
Kha.
Excellent. Well done. So what does that haruf al-tafkhim mean?
To thick sound.
Excellent.
Thick
Well
letters.
done.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well done. So we have to thicken this. Well done. So if this kha was to have kasra under it, would you think you have to make a thin sound or a thick sound?
I think thick sound.
Okay, no, it's a thin sound. So it's only a thick sound if it carries fatha or kasra on top.
All right, yeah.
It's kasra. It's a thin sound. Okay.
All right, yeah.
Okay, tell me, is there a lam jalala or is there not?
Yes, it is.
Well done. And the reason?
Because it carries fatha on za.
Excellent. Well done. So the letter before the lam carries a fatha.
Yes.
Excellent. So this qaf is not haruf qalqalah, but what else is it? In this case, it is haruf qalqalah, but not in this case because it doesn't carry a
Huruf al-takhfif.
Excellent, well done. How many haruf al-tafkhim do you think we have learned?
7.
Well done, 7. So Qaf is also one of them. So Jazakumullah. And let's move on to verse number 6.
Yeah.
Okay. For me, is this
Yeah.
Ikhfa or is this Izhar?
This is Izhar.
Excellent. And why is that?
It's min ilmin,
Yeah. But how? Like, how do you know this?
because afternoon is ayn. That is not haruful izhar. This is haruful izhar. Sorry. Yeah.
So yeah,
That.
well done. So the letter after Nun Sakin, or it could be Tanween here. Instead of Nun Sakin, if there was Tanween, the rule would still apply. So we have Ain. So if we go, I'll just quickly switch to this PDF. So if we see, you can find this in on the website nqc.org.uk. Okay.
Yeah.
So under supplements, it's named as supplements. Okay. So you can see here, huruf izhar are alif, hamza, ha, ain, ha, ghain, kha. Okay.
Yes.
Any of this letter that comes after Nun Sakin or Tanween, it is izhar. We have to manifest it. Okay. If you just know this, you can figure out what the letters of ikhfa are. If you only know one of them, you can memorize huruful izhar, and you'll be fine with the rule of huruful ikhfa. Okay.
Yes, I know these letters.
Well done. Well done. Okay. Let's see something else. Okay. What is this on top of alif?
It's madde kabir.
Do you know any other name for this?
For 4 to 5 seconds.
Yeah, that's the rule. Do you know any other name? So we have learned two types of name. One is madde kabir, and the other one should be something
It's
else.
madde mufassil or muttasil.
Uh,
I'm not sure.
Tell me one of them. You have to tell me one of them.
Madde muttasil.
Well done. Madde mutassil. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well done. The other one is called madul munfasil. Okay.
Okay.
So well done. Yeah, that's madul mutassil. And you told me how many seconds again? Tell me.
4 to 5 seconds.
Yeah. 4 to 6 seconds is the maximum.
Okay.
Yeah. So the minimum is 4 and the maximum is
6.
well done. And how many words do you think it involves?
In 2 words.
No. That's how we have to differentiate between madul munfasil and madul mutassil. Okay, madul mutassil only involves one word. Look, this is only one word here. However, madul munfasil, if I just scroll up quickly, as you can see here, alladhi and then anzala. So the ja is involved and the hamza alif is involved, and these both letters are from different words. Okay, so it involves two. However, we only have one word completely here. So we can see that if a letter is haruful mad, as you can see that alif is one of haruful mad, and it is followed by hamza, as you can see then it will belong for 4 seconds. Okay, and that's it, and involves one word only. Jazakumullah. So I'll just quickly anything. Okay. Okay. Anything else you can tell me about these particular words?
Yes. Yes. We should do ikhfa.
Excellent. At which point?
Because the letter ta is not haruf al-izhar.
Well done. Excellent. Jazakumullah. And what can you tell me about this?
Here we should do izhar because after the letter is alif.
Well done. Excellent. Jazakumullah. Perfect. Jazakumullah. That was L208. Jazakumullah.
Qalqalah.
Welcome, Sam. Can you have one more student, please?
L212.
Okay, L212. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam.
Okay. So would you please like to continue from verse number 7 to verse number, if I just give you 9, verse number 9, please.
Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم فلعلك باقع نفسك على آثارهم إن لم يؤمنوا بهذا الحديث أسفا إنا جعلنا ما على الأرض زينة لها لنبلوهم أيهم أحسن عملا وإنا لجاعلون ما عليها صعيدا جرزا.
Excellent. Well done. Very well done. Just one mistake in Taus was that you didn't prolong this for 2 seconds, okay? You must know that this is haruful mad, yeah? And you have to prolong it for 2 seconds. Just try again.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
No problem. Otherwise, very well done. No mistake again. No mistake spotted. I will just test you on some of the rules that we have learned. So, noon with shadda. Do you know what do we have to do here?
We have to prolong it for 2 seconds.
No, what for 2 seconds?
Having emphasis on noon, we will prolong the noon for 2 seconds.
Okay, good. So when you say prolong, it seems as if you're saying inna, as in you have you don't have to prolong. You have to keep the noon sound for 2 seconds. Yeah, you're holding the noon sound for a bit longer than usual.
Okay, we have to do one now over here.
Yeah, well done.
And then, okay.
Excellent, well done. So I think you start from verse number 7. I just jumped to verse number 8. So just start from verse number 7. Okay. Here, do you know any rule that we've learned that you can spot out?
And there is haruf madda, alif,
Yeah. So we have
and alif after that. We will prolong it for 2 seconds. Then baqi'un nafsaka, haruf idgham, I think.
It's idgham, but what type of idgham?
It's idgham naqis.
Excellent, well done.
Because noon is here.
Excellent,
Noon
well done.
and ba will have idgham naqis.
Well done. So the noon here, shadda. So we have to do idgham. It's an idgham naqis, so we have to do gunna. So it's idgham ma'al gunna, which means idgham with gunna. So the rules that we've learned, for example, ikhfa, iqlab, and idgham, and there's one more. Izhar, yeah. So these all concerns, it's all concerned with tanween or noon sakin. So whenever we have noon sakin or tanween before a letter of any izhar, ikhfa, or iqlab, then this rule applies. So we can see that ayn is here. It has tanween on top. It could be any letter, but the only thing we're concerned with tanween. And the next step, in this case, we know that noon is letter of what?
Noon is letter of
Idgham.
letter of idgham.
Yeah, there you go. So if we go back to our supplements thing, if we go back to here, you can see these are 4 haruf idgham, which are with gunna. So we have ya, mim, wa, and noon. Okay, and in this case, we know that we have noon next after tanween. So this is idgham naqis. Well done, excellent. Anything else that you can? Okay, this here. What do we have on top of lam?
It's madda, madde munfasil.
Well done, madde munfasil. And how much do you think we have to prolong it for?
We will prolong it for 3 to 5 seconds.
Well done. Minimum is 3 and maximum is 5.
5.
In this case, what do you think? Is it the minimum that we'll go towards, or is it the maximum we have to lean towards?
I think it will be for the maximum time because it is involving 2-letter. There's alif madda after it. That's why.
Are you talking about this one?
Yes, this alif.
Okay. No, because no, that's not the reason. It's because if we give the minimum to the madde al-munfasil, yeah, that would be 3 seconds. But we also have vertical fatha.
Oh yes, vertical fatha.
Yeah, so altogether 3 plus 2 is 5.
Sorry.
No worries. Give me a second.
Fatha was missing in ayat verse 8. I was confused over here. Al ardi.
Yeah, well done. It is correct. Yes, it's fatha, and then there is hamza on top of as well. I checked in other parts of the Quran. Yeah, this is hamza and sorry, fatha and hamza on top. Yeah, just give me 1 second. I'm just going to find out. Okay, can you please pronounce this again? Pronounce this again for me. So how would you pronounce this?
Inna.
Good. So yeah, you prolonged inna because we have alif, right? So well done for that. Let's go to verse number 8 here. Can you see any type of idgham kamil or idgham naqis?
What's number 8?
Yeah, verse number 8.
Zinatallaha.
Well done, yeah. So it's idgham kamil.
Yes, idgham kamil due to lam is followed by mushaddad tanween.
Yep, so we have, before lam we have tanween, and then tanween is followed by lam. So well done, excellent. Jazakumullah. Otherwise, that was very well done. No mistakes. Other than that, Jazakumullah, everyone too perfect. Jazakumullah. I would like to now hand over back to our day teacher.
Yes, Jazakallah. I will just share my screen. Okay, so can everyone see the prayer?
Yes.
Okay, so that's it for our today's lesson, because today we had a revision lesson, so I won't be doing a recap like usual, but we did revise all of the rules which we covered in the first part of the course. So we are just going to end our today's lesson with this ending prayer. Everyone can recite it at home. So that's it. Jazakumullah Sanul Jaza everyone for attending, and see you on Monday, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.